Friends, good morning. Welcome back to the channel for a vlog. I have the whole house to myself right now. Jordy is in Nashville. He's teaching at Toby Mac has a summer camp and he's teaching songwriting there, which as a massive Toby Mac fan, I'm fangirling, but that means we got the house all to ourselves, and I have already had such a productive morning. It's 9:40, but edited a few things this morning, cleared my inbox, got a few hours of computer work done already, and now I'm prepping for a meeting here in about an hour. I will say, I think it is time that we finally start plotting the repaint of my poop colored bathroom. In case you missed it, I did a bathroom redo video a while ago, and in this video, I chose this kind of like mauve-y color, and they literally mixed the paint wrong, and I don't hate it. It's brown. My brother-in-law is gonna be flying back with Jordy, and he is like, hey, if there's any house projects or whatever you want done, and I'm like, can I hire you to paint my bathroom? And he said, yeah, totally. So I think this weekend he's gonna do that, and you and I can figure out the color and go pick out some paint. Also, there's this, I don't even know what it's called. It's almost like a thrift store or a secondhand store for home renovations. I think it's owned by Habitat for Humanity because it's called Habitat Restore. Anyways, it's a little bit far, but they sell so many things. Like they'll literally sell like full bathtubs and things if you're building a home, but then also furniture. And I'm just curious what it's like. So that's been on my list for something to do. Maybe that's something we can do today. But the first thing I gotta do is style my hair, because this is how it looks after sleeping on it, and get ready for the meeting. So for the new paint color for the bathroom, I have no idea what I want to do, but I did order something to be kind of like the inspiration of the vibes I want to emulate, and we can kind of take it from there. I'll just think through it out loud with you, but I ordered new towels, of course, from Brooklyn, and because that's where all of my towels are from, and that's where all of my towels have been from for the last, I don't know, 3 years maybe? I am getting to work with Brooklinen on today's video, meaning I have a 15% off link for your first order. I'm gonna have it in the description box, but these towels are unlike any other towel I've ever tried. And in fact, whenever we have a guest come and stay in the house, they have asked me, what are these towels? Because they're so soft. But look at the vibe of these. Aren't they so nautical and fun? I got this like navy and cream stripe. I went ahead and got the whole move-in bundle, which is definitely what I recommend. You can buy individual items on their website if you want, or you can get this move-in bundle, which saves, I think, 15%. It kind of comes with everything you need. It has bath towels, hand towels, washcloths, and then also a bath mat. And I chose everything besides the bath mat in striped, but you can mix and match. So if you want your like hand towels to be a different color than your washcloths, you can just kind of customize it however you want, which is also really fun too. This one is the super plush. This is my favorite of all their towels because it has this like thick texture on both sides, and it's made from 100% Turkish cotton, and it is just so absorbent. It's like getting out of the shower and wrapping yourself in a plush blanket. It's like a peak experience in life. So thank you, Brooklinen, for sponsoring this video. I'm gonna have my link down in the description box yet again, but it's gonna get you 15% off of your order. And then if you do the move-in bundle, you save 15% on the cost of the towels as well by bundling them. So stack those, save a bit if you are in need of a towel refresh like me. Okay, I need to go set up for my meeting. That's a wrap on meetings. Okay, so looking at our plans today, it's actually funny because I just opened Instagram and the top thing was a reel from the spot that I do want to visit, but I'm thinking maybe it makes sense to visit a time that Jordy can come with me because they mostly sell big, heavy things. I actually don't even know if I can fit anything big in my car, and it's all the way in Temecula, which is like 50 minutes away. But this is what they just posted this morning. Like, they have furniture. These are just the current things today, you know? And I'm not really in need of furniture right now, but I would love to find some sort of door for my bedroom, bathroom, eventually. I also think that once we get closer to figuring out the full plan for the ADU rebuild, that's gonna come in clutch for saving some money on things like, I don't know, stove, fridge, whatever. So instead, another thing I have on my list is I want to check out the new vintage marketplace in Oceanside. Boho Loot, they're actually open today. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people say it's cool. Some people say it feels like it's like they're still trying to figure it out because it's pretty new. But we could look at that. We can go to Home Depot and then also pick out some things to make for dinner tonight. One thing that I am curious about, no, I shouldn't do it. But I kind of want, no, I shouldn't do it. I am curious before, you know, one day just replacing my glass door to my bathroom, which is so weird, is using some sort of like wood glue or adhesive and gluing small pieces of wood to cover this and then painting it all one color. I just am trying to figure out if I would be able to do that on my own. We have saws. I honestly could buy a cheap hand saw and like a little like groove thing and cut the wood in the right sizes and then caulk it. I feel like I stand a chance. Am I crazy to try that by myself? I'm just gonna get some measurements just in case we get to Home Depot and we decide, or Lowe's, or where. For paint, I like to go to Home Depot because I like bare paint. And then for other things, I like to go to Lowe's because it's bigger and more spread out. Anyways, I'm gonna get a measuring tape. The thing is, if this doesn't go well, there's literally no undoing it because I will be putting adhesive on glass. So it's like pretty risky. I could either do this way, but I kind of feel like this way would look cooler. It would just require a lot more cuts. Things to think about. Also, a couple updates. Our tree is still thriving. Look, he's like fully back to life. And then the writing on our DIY art project, this is all just like window chalk. So you add water and then you can erase it. But I ordered a white pen and then just quickly did this to see what the white looked like against it. And I actually think I do like the white. I don't know how I feel about like the placement and the handwriting because I actually didn't like intend for this to be the final product, but I think it's actually okay. So when the boys are back, I'll have them help me hang it here. And then this window curtain broke. It doesn't go up anymore. So that's been a little annoying to have a window closed at all times, but those are my house updates for you. I'm going to put on shoes and maybe a sweater because it's actually like, it's so overcast and chilly outside today, which is crazy for the middle of July. But I think I'm going to take Max on a little bit of a stroll, and then we could go check out Boho Loot and go get supplies for definitely painting the bathroom and maybe also this door project. Will I regret this? It feels risky. Okay, they are open, and I forgot that it is actually right next to Fat Joe's, which is like a barcade in Oceanside. Jordy and I went before I ever moved here, and it's actually so much fun. We need to plan another date there. Oh, I actually see so much cute vintage clothes in the window already. Okay, I'm feeling hopeful. Vintage and handmade. We're open, it says. It was cute. I see what they mean about it's like definitely still kind of a work in progress. There's a lot of like empty booths, and I think they might still kind of be building it out and finishing it out. Some of the vendors are really cute though. I'm excited that Oceanside is turning into more and more of like a vintage marketplace kind of area though, selfishly. I'm consulting Pinterest to kind of get an idea of paint colors before I go in, and I really like this photo. This is under an article that I found on Pinterest called like different mushroom colored paints. This bathroom, I really like that. It's technically called a sage, and I wonder if we could find a similar dupe to that. I'm gonna Google and see if I can find a similar colorway to that. Another option that I took a screenshot of, this is like a lighter green, but that actually reads green, whereas this one reads kind of like
kind of brown, sage, taupe, somewhere in that realm. It's like a brown gray green, you know? So I do like that. Or I could just go absolutely ham off the walls and paint our bathroom like a blushy pink. I know Jordy would be down with it. I wonder if I'd regret that though.
So they don't have a sample chip of the one I found in the car, but here's some that they do have that are like kind of similar. He also could make a sample of the one I found. I feel like this one's too dark and that one might be too brown, but these I kind of like. I like how this is like a brown green yet again, this arrowhead, but I can't decide if doing something lighter would be fun or if that would read too kind of blue green. Or here's the wild card of trying to kind of correct what I was initially going for, which is like a mauvey brown. I definitely think it looks a lot more pink when you hold it against green, but maybe when it's by itself. Let's see if that changes the way we perceive it. That does look a little more brown than pink when it's not with green, huh? Now this one looks more of like a mauvey when it's by itself. Shoot. Boys paint so hard. Okay, I'm actually shocked. I sent Jordy all the paint color options and he picked the kind of pink one. You see the little sample dot on the top right there. I'm also getting a white exterior paint because there's a part of our exterior house that I want to paint white to give it a little more curb appeal, because right now the whole exterior of the house is all one color and it's like a little bit lifeless. But I just grabbed this little hand saw and I went to go kind of scope out wood options. There's this really cheap kind of like composite wood, but it's literally like 20 feet long. So I need to figure out if someone can help me cut it into sizes that can fit into my car or not. And I think I'm gonna have to do horizontal strips if I do this, because otherwise I'd be making like hundreds of cuts by hand. And I just know myself that I would give up before I finish that. Oh, also last thing, I keep seeing so many things online about this for painting rooms. It like gets a perfectly straight edge across the top and side of rooms, and that's where I always mess up. So it was $5. Eliminates the need for tape. Are you kidding? Well, literally 2 hours later, I'm home with all of this wood. It's not actual wood, I forget what it's called, but it's like a composite. And a sweet guy helped me cut all of this, which literally took an hour, or maybe longer. Lumber is not cheap. So I really hope that this works out. I definitely did a full if you give a mouse a cookie, but instead of if you give a mouse a cookie, it's if you give Michel an idea, she'll just full send. I'm gonna try my wimpy little hand saw and see if I can cut this wood into a couple pieces and then hold it up to the door and see if this is gonna work or not. I really hope all my measurements are right. Was this so dumb? We'll see. The guy at Home Depot, a different guy, not the guy that helped me cut this, he said, "Are you doing this work by yourself?" And I was like, "I'm gonna try." And he was like, "Hey, that's what it's about." And I was like, "And if it fails, I learned something." This little guide, the wood is too wide to fit in it. I wonder if I could set it at an angle, because the saw could still fit here. Would it then cut at an angle? I'm just gonna try this sitting on top, and this might be a really bad idea. Progress. Ooh, okay. All right. Not the cleanest break. Okay, I just popped in my first two pieces of wood. They're not glued in or anything, but they're like this. My measurements had 1.5 inches between both of these. So something's wrong, whether it's the size of these or I remeasured. So maybe these aren't 5. The guy told me these were 5 inches and I just took his word for it. So there's the slightest little space between, and I'm trying to figure out what I could do to fill that. But once these are all in like this and then all painted the same color, I do feel like it's gonna feel way more cottagey and way less modern in here, which is exactly what I want. Down the line too, I can even change out this hardware for something maybe a little more cottagey. Honestly, if I bought something that was like 1/4 inch to go between those and then just fill the rest with caulk, I think it would work pretty well. Really just gotta do 4 more cuts. That did take a lot of labor. I think I'm going to finish the cuts of these for this side and figure out what I can get delivered. were delivered. Let's see which one is the right size and if this will work. Okay. If that is there. Yeah, I bet it's this bigger one. Or is it the even bigger one? I think that's the move. This size. These will hold in place by themselves because they are so tight. Okay, feeling less confident about this one. I mean, that cut is pretty perfect. I don't know if this tape is actually gonna do anything to keep a heavy piece of wood from falling. Okay, one row done. 5 to go. I decided to do double dowels between each one so that it was like I wouldn't have to rely on the caulk as much. Some of these, obviously, that'll be filled with caulk, but since he didn't get the 1/2 dowels, I did the 3/8 and the 1/8 because that equals 1/2. So I think it's looking pretty good. I'm excited to let that dry, caulk it, paint it. The inside probably looks crazy. I actually haven't looked yet, but I'm sure you can see the glue through on this side. Let's see. Yeah. So eventually, either I do both sides or I wallpaper. Would love votes. Give me votes. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I just got an email that the preview for my little branding refresh, the little graphics and stuff I have in my videos are here. I'm so excited. Oh, okay. Michel, Janse, coastal lifestyle homemaking foodie vlogs. There's a lemon and an oyster and a fish and a spritz and a starfish. I was like, what are those called? And a lighthouse and a sailboat and a shell and a lemon and a palm tree. Oh, channel banner. Oh my gosh, this is so perfect. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They're so perfect. I'm gonna prep some healthy dinner. I just found this asparagus in the back of my fridge that said it went bad 2 weeks ago, but it looks totally fine to me, so I'm gonna eat it. But look how satisfying this is, the fact that the asparagus perfectly fit within this tray. I'm just gonna tell the Trabala to cook asparagus. Little al fresco dinner solo because Robbie, my new Roborock, I think you have seen the deep cleaning video by now. I got a new upgraded version of the like robot mop vacuum that I love. Anyways, he's doing his job in there. So figured I would come out here and show you what I whipped up. Literally so simple. Arugula salad with lemon from the garden, olive oil, salt, pepper. This is like a mushroom chicken sausage. This is a Japanese sweet potato, which is why it looks white. And then just asparagus. And I shaved over some herb Asiago on top of it all. So we've got our protein, our complex carbs, a couple little veggies, and I've really just been trying to eat a lot more protein. So, I've been doing pretty good. It's the next day, and I've taken the tape off of the door. And it looks pretty good. I just picked up Jordy from the airport, and I'm gonna start prepping the bathroom for my brother-in-law to help paint. And I think also a late night purchase I made might have already arrived for the inside of the door. I think I found a solution, and I really hope that's what this package is. No, it's what I hoped. These were $6 a roll, which is a great price for peel and stick wallpaper, but it's like a grass cloth peel and stick wallpaper. Look at the texture of that. I really only need like a roll and a half, so I spent like $12 and have more than I need. Now there is a very good chance that this will not stand up to shower humidity, but I am gonna start by just giving this a good old wipe down because I do feel some dust. Need like a credit card. My last little corner does not look great, but the rest of it looks pretty good. I could always caulk. That's a bubble. Shoot. It's hard when the door moves. It's definitely an added layer of challenge. I've done 3 of the 5 panels and it's looking pretty good, but it is officially time to paint. We just opened the paint bucket and the color is actually quite beautiful. It's a risky game you're playing, but it's pretty. Wow. Excited to see your work. I've made so much progress. You wanna see? You wanna see all the things I've done? I am absolutely filthy, and we have a special date night tonight, so I'm gonna have to definitely clean up. But here's the first coat. It's drying before he does the second. Honestly, this color is exactly what I was hoping for in terms of like the mauve-y, dusty rose pink. Surprisingly, Jordy loves it too. I think that with decor, I can make it feel more kind of vintage. We were talking about, this is a side note, we were talking about how when we rebuild the ADU, we're gonna have to buy a vanity. And this vanity is actually the exact right size. So instead of buying a vanity for the ADU, we were thinking about maybe moving this vanity down there and then buying a different one that's more our style for our bathroom that's used every single day, as opposed to the ADU, you know, a couple months a year. And also my parents like a little bit more modern, so they would like this style. And I think with this paint color, doing like an old antique wood vanity would really, maybe eventually too, replacing some of the gold with brass. Can you see the vision? Can you trust the process? But the color is looking, it's funny, when I take a picture of it on my phone, it still looks pretty brown. And I've posted a couple things on Instagram and people are like, still poopy, but I think it's a little bit more of a accurate representation of the color on this camera, which is nice. But anyways, here's the other things I did. I finished all the panels on the door with this peel and stick grass cloth, and then I caulked the edges to make it look really nice and clean, which I'm very pleased with. And then I caulked all the wood on this side so there's no more gaps, you can't see through it at all. And Jordy wants to go get the trim paint from the storage unit, and probably tomorrow I'll paint this all one color. So tomorrow will be the final day where we paint this, we reinstall the hardware, hang up everything, the art, the towels, and kind of get a final vision. But it's getting a little more cottagey with a little bit of maybe feminine glam. Glam is here. The glam will decrease over time once we have the budget, but you know, cottagey sweet is kind of the goal. And the fact that this is all woodwork and like there's texture and detail, I think makes it feel a little more old world once it'll all be painted one color. And it's getting closer to what I hope. Somehow we're on day 3 of this vlog, but we're gonna put the bathroom back together today. I did this morning order a couple more things that will get here by the time I film the next vlog, so maybe we'll finish off a couple things in the next vlog. I had the idea of the window. Oh, I didn't even tell you this, Jordy's over here now. You know the window in our bathroom that faces out of the house, how it's not frosted? And sometimes I don't know, even through our curtain, if the neighbors can see in at nighttime. So I ordered, it was like $6 or $7. It's basically adhesive for the window that looks like stained glass. Isn't that cool? The reviews are good. It looks like that. And then to bring in some more like modern kind of California, I ordered a new towel ring and toilet paper holder. So it's not gonna be bright, shiny gold anymore. It's like held up on a leather strap. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is the towel holder. I'll still put all of our things back on and then switch these out later, but look at how cool. It's like on leather and it has like wooden beads. I don't know how practical it is. I don't know if it's gonna be really annoying to try to get a towel around it, but if it works, it's a cool concept. I haven't really seen anything like that before. So I'll link all those things in the description box. They're all just from Amazon and they're all on Prime, so they get here really fast. But let's put the bathroom back together and then let's paint the door. Jordy was sweet and he ran out to Home Depot this morning to buy the paint that I wanted for the door so we can finish all of those projects today. done. I definitely have started like fixating on the things that I want to do next in here. And I really do think it's sourcing a vintage vanity and then moving this downstairs. And then I love having a medicine cabinet here because it's so much additional storage, but maybe either eventually inlaying it into the wall, because you could do that with this one, and doing some sort of frame around it, or sourcing a vintage one of those for here and putting this downstairs. We have a lot of options, but I'm just gonna be scouring Facebook Marketplace for the next bit to see what I can find. But one final thing for this vlog, let's paint the door. Let's paint the door. Let's see it all one color. I wanted to not go too glossy because I wanted it to feel a little more antique found cottage. So Jordy picked up an eggshell paint. Currently the door is like a very glossy paint. I do know the glossier it is, the less likely you'll get smudges and fingerprints on it. So we'll see if I regret that or not. But slight gloss, just an eggshell, not fully matte. There's no real need to use this because the point of this is this runs along the ceiling. But I do want to use this to see how it works on the door. At least to get these straight edges, you know? I probably will move to a roller, but to try it. Finished my second coat. We have a cohesive door and a slightly pinker bathroom. All the projects I wanted to do this weekend are done. Obviously it looks a little splotchy right now because I just did a fresh coat, so parts of it are drying and parts of it are already dry. But guys, I'm so proud of us. We did it. We did a lot, and I really feel like the more house projects I do, the more ideas I have for future things I want to do. I won't become a DIY channel because I'm really actually pretty bad at DIYs. But I want to say thanks again to Brooklinen for inspiring this whole little fixing my mistakes of my bathroom refresh situation of a vlog. I'm going to have my link down in the description box yet again, but it's going to get you 15% off of your order. Definitely recommend the move-in bundle too if you just need all fresh towels, because they're all so good. And it's really nice to have matching hand towels and washcloths to go with the bath towels, or like, you know, cohesive ones if you want to mix and match a couple patterns and styles. So I'll have all that in the description box. I'm gonna spend the rest of my Saturday, we're gonna make salmon bowls tonight and then go to the beach. So little at-home chill type of Saturday, very casual Saturday, which I'm looking forward to. But all of that to say, I love you so much. I hope you have the best rest of your day, and I will see you in another vlog very soon.